Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into something, well, something you see absolutely everywhere.
We are. We've got some really interesting stuff from a book called Psychology Berev v. Marketing.
Which is basically the psychology of colors and marketing. And our plan, our mission for this deep dive is to pull out the key insights on how colors affect us, especially with brands, and what it all means for you.
Yeah, and it's more than just knowing, like, Coca-Cola is red. We want to get into the why. Why that color? How does it talk to us, often without us even realizing it?
Right, that subconscious level. And the impact it has not just on us buying stuff, but maybe on your own work too, if you're creating things.
Exactly. Colors are just, they're fundamental. The source really emphasizes this. They bring energy, meaning depth, to everything.
And they're constantly fiddling with our emotions, our decisions, our actions,
Mm-hmm.
often totally under the radar.
Mm-hmm. And the book itself, it's aimed at, well, pretty much anyone interested. Entrepreneurs, marketers, designers.
Or just curious folks like us. Yeah.
Absolutely. So think of this as kind of your inside look at seeing colors differently.
Okay, let's get into it. The book starts with the why, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why colors have this hold on us. And it's not mystical or anything.
No, it's this really cool mix. The source lays out evolution, culture, and just plain psychology.
Let's start with evolution. That seems pretty primal.
It really is. Think about our ancestors. Survival meant reading visual cues fast. Red could be danger, blood, fire, but also warmth, energy.
Green meant safety, food.
Exactly. Vegetation, growth, life. Blue was, the sky, water. So calm, maybe cold, but stable. These links are deep, deep down.
Okay, so part of it's hardwired, but then culture steps in, and the book says meanings can change dramatically.
Oh, massively. Take white. Here in the West, it's purity, weddings,
Yeah, traditional bridal color.
But in many parts of Asia, it's the color for funerals, for mourning. Total opposite.
Wow. And red, too.
Yeah, red's another great example from the book. In China, it's all about happiness, luck, prosperity. Huge for celebrations.
Whereas here, it's passion, love, but also warning signs, danger.
Exactly. So if you're a global brand, you have to know this stuff. You can't just slap your home country's color meanings everywhere.
A huge potential pitfall. So beyond evolution and culture, there's the direct psychological hit.
Right, the emotional reaction. Colors literally trigger subconscious responses. They affect your mood, how fast you decide things, what you think of a brand, even if you remember it.
The book uses that example of restaurants, which I thought was brilliant. Fast food versus fine dining.
It nails it, doesn't it? Those bright reds and yellows in fast food joints, they're not accidental.
They make you feel energized, maybe a bit rushed.
Yeah, they can actually increase heart rate a bit, stimulate appetite, create urgency. Perfect for getting people in, eating, and moving on. Fast turnover.
Whereas fine dining uses, what, muted colors? Darker tones?
Exactly. Blues, deep greens, burgundies, maybe browns. They slow you down, make you feel relaxed, luxurious even, encourage you to stay longer, spend more. It's pure strategy.
So the big takeaway from this first part seems to be, color isn't just decoration. It's a tool, a strategic one.
Absolutely. It communicates subconsciously. And the source basically says if you ignore color, you're ignoring like half your marketing potential.
That's a strong statement.
It is. And the book suggests a simple starting point, too. Just, look around you. Logos, websites, packaging. Ask yourself, what feeling does this color give me? What are they trying to do with it?
That's a great exercise. Makes you actively notice it. Okay, let's get specific. Let's talk about individual colors, starting with the big one, red.
Red, yeah, the color of fire, blood, all those primal things the book mentions. Energy, passion, excitement. But also danger, urgency. It grabs your attention like nothing else.
And the psychology, it actually gets the blood pumping a bit.
It can, yeah. Increases heart rate, breathing. It's iconic for love, romance, but also for stop signs, warnings. It really is a call to action color.
And the book mentions it stimulates appetite, especially with yellow.
Oh, yeah. That combo is classic for a reason. Think about the brands.
Coca-Cola jumps right out. That iconic red. It's selling happiness, energy, right? Connection.
Exactly. It's not just about the soda, it's the feeling. McDonald's, we mentioned them. Red and yellow for speed, energy, hunger.
Red Bull. It's in the name, on the can. Pure energy signal.
And Target, that big red bullseye. It just screams, look here, promotions, buy this now.
So the source says use red for
call to action buttons, buy now, sign up. Sales, promotions, food and drink brands, energy products. Warnings, obviously. And historically, products aimed at men often used it.
But there's a warning too, right? Don't overdo it.
Crucial point from the book. Too much red flips from exciting to aggressive. It can feel jarring, disturbing, even look cheap if you're not careful. Needs balance,
Hmm.
moderation.
Right. So the book suggests looking at how others in your field use red and thinking if your brand could use that energy, but strategically.
Exactly. Find your own balance.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk yellow, the color of sunshine.
Yellow. Yeah, sun, happiness, optimism, energy, warmth, playfulness. It's definitely a mood booster and attention grabber.
The psychology seems pretty positive. Sun joy.
Mostly, yes. It's warm, stimulating, full of life, and it's super visible, hence taxis, some warning signs. Lighter yellows feel creative, playful.
But the book adds a nuance, something about value.
It does. It mentions that sometimes yellow can imply a lower price point or maybe less premium quality, so it's not always purely positive in a marketing sense.
Interesting. Okay, brand examples. McDonald's Golden Arches, warmth, happiness, comfort food vibe, plus that visibility.
Perfect example, IKEA, their blue and yellow logo. The source links their yellow to availability, value, simplicity, comfort. Fits their whole accessible design thing.
Snapchat's bright yellow feels very young, fun, immediate. Suits their platform perfectly.
Definitely. And Best Buy uses yellow to spotlight deals and sales, reinforcing that idea of good value.
So when to use yellow, according to the source?
For grabbing attention, it's less aggressive than red. For targeting kids or playful brands, food, especially freshness, sales and value messaging, educational stuff, kids products.
And the watch out.
Too much bright yellow can be really tiring on the eyes. It can feel aggressive or cause anxiety in some people. And yeah, it can risk looking cheap if not handled well. Shade and combination are everything.
The book suggests trying to design, say, a cheerful call to action using different yellows. See how the feeling shifts.
Good exercise. Simple but effective.
All right, shifting gears completely. Let's talk blue. The source calls it the world's favorite color.
Apparently so. It's associated with calm, stability, trust, intelligence, reliability. Think sky, ocean. It's the go-to for credibility.
And the psychology backs that up. Calming effect.
Totally. It can reduce stress. That link to stability makes it huge for trust, finance, tech, services lean on it heavily. It signals intelligence, efficiency. Darker blues feel safe, certain.
But it can be negative, too.
If misused, yeah. It can come across as cold, unfriendly, distant, even a bit depressing sometimes.
Makes sense why Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn all use dominant blue then. Building trust, open communication, safe community feel.
Exactly. Tech brands like Samsung, HP, Dell Blue reinforces reliability, innovation, trust in the technology.
American Express Financial Services. Darker blue suggests stability, seriousness, security with your money.
And Nivea. That distinctive dark blue just says cleanliness, gentleness, trustworthy skincare, calm and fresh.
So blue is good for finance, tech, healthcare, pharma, corporate branding, water products.
And traditionally, products targeting men, though that's changing.
Key warning, though. Avoid it for food.
Generally, yes. The book says it suppresses appetite, unless you're selling bottled water. Also, pale blue can look weak, dark blue too formal or sad. Shade matters.
The task idea here is, if trust is vital for your brand, try designing something with dominant blue. Explore the shades.
Good way to test the waters.
From blue's calm to green. Nature, right?
Absolutely. Green is nature, balance, growth, calm, health, harmony, freshness. The source links it to safety, renewal, even prosperity in some contexts. Great for eco-friendly, healthy stuff, relaxing vibe.
And the psychology, that nature connection is strong.
Very strong. Freshness, vitality, renewal. It's calming, stress-reducing, tied to health, wellness. Growth literally, plants, but also money in some cultures. And it's the universal go signal.
Starbucks green feels like that calm oasis, doesn't it? And hints at sustainability.
Whole Foods Market Green is perfect for their message of fresh, healthy, eco-conscious food.
Land Rover, John Deere green connects them to the outdoors. Nature implies toughness and reliability.
And the little Android robot. Green makes the tech feel friendly, accessible, easy to use.
So use green for eco brands, healthcare, wellness, finance, growth, green funds, gardening, food, fresh, natural, organic, and calming interiors.
Watch outs. It can be a bit bland if not done right. Military association exists. Bright green can be distracting. Again, shade and combination are key.
The book suggests if you're doing a sustainable or wellness brand, really play with green concepts. Find the right tone.
Makes sense. It's got to feel authentic.
Okay, next up, purple or violet. Feels a bit luxurious, mysterious.
Yeah, the source calls it royal, luxury, wealth, but also spirituality, mystery, creativity. It's that interesting blend of blue's calm and red's energy, often used for premium, sophisticated, unique things. Maybe feminine sometimes.
The psychology links back to history, expensive dyes.
Exactly. Purple dye was rare and costly, so it became associated with royalty and wealth. It also strongly stimulates creativity and imagination. Darker shades feel wise, spiritual. Lighter shades like lavender, often read as feminine. It feels unique because it's less common in nature.
Cadbury. Their purple's iconic. Luxury, quality, indulgence.
Hallmark uses purple too, suggesting deep feelings, special occasions, sentiment.
Yahoo. Early purple stood out in the blue tech world, right?
Yeah.
Creative, different.
And Milka chocolate, that lilac purple screams softness, milkiness, gentle taste. Very distinctive.
So purple works for luxury goods, creative fields, sometimes female-focused products, spiritual or wellness brands, kids stuff, pastels, and even sales events when paired with gold for exclusivity.
But be careful. Dark purple can feel heavy, maybe sad. Pale purple can look cheap or childish if not executed well. Finding the right shade and balancing it is crucial.
The exercise suggestion. If you want premium or exclusive, try designing with dominant purple and see how different shades feel.
Good challenge. Purple demands careful handling.
Let's move to black. Powerful, elegant, sophisticated.
Definitely. The book highlights strength, power, elegance, sophistication, formality. While it has negative connotations in some contexts, in marketing, it's often very positive, luxury, exclusivity, timeless style.
The psychology feels weighty, authority.
It does. Black commands respect. It's the ultimate in elegance and high class. It can feel mysterious, exclusive, it's formal, and it's a fantastic minimalist foundation, making everything else pop with contrast.
Chanel's the classic example, isn't it?
Yeah.
Timeless luxury, sophistication, all built on black.
Absolutely. Apple uses black, along with silver and white. It makes their tech feel premium, sophisticated, cutting edge.
Nike uses black for strength, performance, determination, athletic authority.
Mercedes-Benz black signals prestige, quality engineering, timeless status.
So the source says black is great for luxury goods, sophisticated tech, professional services wanting authority, minimalist design, creating contrast, and signaling exclusivity like limited editions.
The key warning: too much black can be oppressive, heavy, even threatening. It needs balance. Pair it with other colors to avoid feeling too grim or unapproachable.
Trying a black dominant design for something strong or luxurious seems like a powerful exercise. See how it lands.
Definitely changes the perception of value.
And now the opposite. White, purity, simplicity.
Exactly. The book links white to purity, innocence, simplicity, clarity, new beginnings. It's technically the absence of color, but it's hugely important in marketing. Think minimalism, efficiency, modernity, openness, space.
Psychology mirrors that. Purity, cleanliness.
Yes. Purity, innocence, even sterility.
Yeah.
Simplicity, the whole less is more idea. It enhances clarity and makes things easy to read or understand, signifies new beginnings, safety, efficiency, like in healthcare, and it creates a feeling of space, airiness.
Apple again. Masters of white. Purity, simplicity, elegance, premium feel, intuitive design.
Google's search page, mostly white, keeps the focus on function, content, signals clarity, efficiency.
Adidas uses a lot of white in shoes and clothes. Purity of sport, freshness, performance, a clean slate.
And Zara white store interiors and marketing feel modern, fresh, elegant, making the clothes the star.
So white works well for luxury, high-tech, healthcare, hygiene, minimalist design, fashion, weddings, and as a background to highlight other colors.
But beware. Too much white can feel empty, sterile, cold. And remember, the cultural point, it can mean mourning in some places. It needs texture, graphics, or accent colors to give it warmth and life.
The suggested exercise. Design something aiming for purity or simplicity using dominant white. See what you need to add to make it work.
A good test of minimalism.
Okay, let's get earthy with brown. Wood, stone, earth itself.
Yep. Brown connects to nature, warmth, stability, reliability, authenticity. It evokes safety, home, organic quality. Used for natural origins, handmade stuff, rustic styles, tradition, sometimes masculinity.
Psychology feels grounded, stable.
Very much so. That immediate nature connection. Warmth, coziness, comfort, home. Stability, reliability, solid, durable. Authenticity, tradition, craft. Darker browns often skew masculine.
UPS trucks. The ultimate brown example. Reliability, trust, efficiency, solid.
Nespresso uses brown for coffee-rich taste, earthiness, premium sensory experience.
Hershey's chocolate bar wrapper. Classic brown means chocolate, tradition, comfort.
Timberland boots the brown signals durability, robustness, connection to the outdoors.
So brown is good for food drink, coffee, chocolate, natural tastes, organic products, outdoor brands, some male-focused brands, handmade crafts, and delivery services emphasizing reliability.
The potential downside. Too much brown can look boring, old-fashioned, maybe even dirty. It might lack elegance on its own. Needs good pairing with other colors, textures, maybe a little gloss to lift it.
Designing packaging for an organic or handmade product. The book says, explore brown, its shades, and its partners.
Absolutely key for that category.
How about gray, the ultimate neutral?
Pretty much. Sits between black and white. Represents neutrality, balance, sophistication, practicality, timelessness. It's a stable, elegant background, lets other colors shine. Used for modernity, reliability, formal authority.
Psychology reflects that balance, neutral, stable.
Exactly. Objective, stable. Sophistication and formality, light gray feels elegant, dark gray authoritative. Practical, reliable, rational. Timeless doesn't date quickly, and paired with blue or white, it strongly suggests tech and innovation.
Apple's space gray and silver come to mind. High-tech, precise, minimalist premium.
Audi uses gray and silver extensively, engineering perfection, precision, sophisticated reliability.
New Balance is famous for its gray sneakers. Practicality, versatility, timeless style function.
The New York Times uses gray online. Seriousness, credibility, journalistic objectivity.
So use gray for tech, B2B, luxury as a background, fashion, minimalist, timeless, automotive, finance, serious, credible, and web UI designed for readability.
Watch out, though. Too much gray can be boring, colorless, depressing. Lacks energy. Needs vibrant accents or interesting textures or finishes to come alive.
The exercise here. Designed for a modern brand tech, professional service, minimalist using dominant gray. Figure out the accents and messaging.
Forces you to be creative with neutrality.
Let's inject some energy. Orange. Fun, creative.
Definitely. Orange is sunsets, autumn, citrus. Energy, warmth, joy, creativity, availability. It's stimulating but friendly. Used for youth, enthusiasm, playfulness, value, family focus.
Psychology is energetic, but less intense than red.
Yeah, less aggressive, very warm, friendly, hospitable, sparks creativity, playfulness, grabs attention for deals or availability, good value signal sometimes, and it can stimulate appetite, especially citrus associations.
Amazon's orange smile logo. Friendliness, satisfaction, efficiency, human touch.
Nickelodeon is drenched in orange, perfect for kids, fun, playful, energetic.
The color is the brand almost. Refreshment, fun, cheerfulness.
The Home Depot's bright orange. Availability, value, accessibility, that DIY spirit, instantly recognizable.
So orange is good for kids' family products, food drink, citrus, energy, creative services, sales promos, outdoor sportswear, and CTA's navigation online.
But be careful with bright orange. Like yellow, it can look cheap or childish if not done well, can be distracting or tiring. Shade matters hugely. Peach, terracotta, vibrant orange. Balance is key.
If you have a fun, innovative product, the book suggests trying a campaign with dominant orange. See if it creates that buzz.
You can really make it stand out.
Moving to a softer vibe. Pink. Tenderness, romance.
Yes, the book connects pink with tenderness, femininity, romance, playfulness, sweetness, comfort, optimism, warmth. Naturally used for female audiences, kids, beauty, romance, self-care.
Psychology is gentle, empathetic.
Primarily, femininity, gentleness, empathy, romance, love, playfulness, childhood, innocence, lighter shades, calming, comforting, sweetness, delight.
Barbie pink is unavoidable here. Fantasy, playfulness, femininity, dreams.
Victoria's Secret pink targets younger women. Youthful energy, playfulness, comfort, a bit flirty.
T-Mobile uses that bright magenta pink. Innovation, friendly disruption, energy standing out.
And Lyft uses pink for its logo and car markers. Friendliness, accessibility, approachability, differentiating from competitors.
So use pink for female girl products, cosmetics, fashion, toys, sweets, romance-related things, body care, wellness, women's health charities, and modern playful startups.
Again, shade and context are vital. Can look too childish or naive. Might limit appeal if not intentionally female child-focused. Pastel versus fuchsia makes a huge difference. Combine carefully.
The exercise, designed for a female-focused brand, cosmetic self-care, using dominant pink. Explore the range of feelings possible.
Lots of potential there.
What about turquoise, that blend of blue and green?
Nice one. The source describes turquoise as calm, balanced, fresh, communicative, and individual. Think tropical oceans, clear skies, relaxation, inspiration, renewal. Used for creativity, freshness, wellness, cleanliness, modernity, friendliness.
Psychology combines blue and green's traits.
Exactly. Blue's calm plus green's balance. Encourages communication, inspiration, feels incredibly fresh, clean, water, hygiene, modern, innovative vibe. And it stands out, feels unique.
Tiffany & Co. That iconic Tiffany blue is turquoise, isn't it? Luxury, exclusivity, joy, timelessness, pure aspiration.
Perfect example. Oral-B, Colgate, use turquoise blue-green. Cleanliness, freshness, health, trust in their effectiveness for oral hygiene.
Airbnb uses those colors and visuals. Relaxation, exotic destinations, adventure, openness, travel calm.
Booking.com uses a darker turquoise. Calm, reliability, certainty when making travel plans.
So turquoise is great for spas, wellness, travel, cleaning hygiene products, friendly tech, kids products, creative industries.
Watch out for pale turquoise feeling bland or saturated turquoise being too aggressive if not balanced. Shade and pairing are crucial.
The book suggests designing for a fresh startup wellness, eco-creative, using dominant turquoise to capture that modern open energy.
Could be very effective for differentiation.
Now for some bling. Gold. Luxury. Success.
Absolutely. Gold is luxury, wealth, prestige, quality, success. Sun, precious metals, royalty, prosperity, wisdom, generosity, optimism. Used for exclusivity, premium feel, high quality, celebrating achievement.
Psychology is all about high value.
Definitely. Luxury, wealth, abundance. Prestige, quality, exclusivity, a seal of approval almost. Celebration, success medals, awards. Warmth, shine, positive energy.
Rolex screams gold. Highest quality, precision, exclusivity, status.
Ferrero Rocher chocolates, the gold wrapper promises luxury, rich taste, a special treat.
Cadillac uses gold elements. American luxury, prestige, quality, status.
Godiva chocolatier gold packaging suggests artistry, sophistication, premium indulgence.
Use gold for luxury brands, jewelry, watches, fashion, drinks, awards, recognition, finance, wealth focus, holiday marketing, anything needing high perceived value. Pairs well with black, white, dark blue, purple.
Big warning though, quality is paramount. Cheap-looking gold or too much gold looks tacky, flashy. Use it sparingly, execute it perfectly. Can feel heavy if not balanced.
The exercise. Designed for a premium exclusive product using dominant gold. How do you make it look truly luxe, not just shiny?
Tricky balance to strike.
What about magenta? The source calls it purpurova, more dynamic than purple.
Yeah, it's described as vibrant, passionate, bold, still luxurious like purple, but more energetic. Dynamics, excitement, transformation. Used for innovation, bold approaches, sometimes extravagant luxury or bold femininity.
Psychology mixes red's energy with purple's sophistication.
Exactly. Passion, energy, but still elegant. Luxury, opulence, sparks creativity, signals transformation, originality, change. Stands out individual, bold, can read as confidently feminine.
T-Mobile's magenta is iconic here. Innovation, modern, friendly, energetic, different.
Wonka's use of purple often leans magenta. Magic, fantasy, playful extravagance, imagination.
FedEx Express uses that specific purple with orange. The source links the purple to tech sophistication and reliability, complementing orange's speed, delivering the unexpected.
Glamour magazine uses purple magenta, fashion, elegance, female power style.
Use magenta for bold fashion cosmetics, creative services, luxury that's less formal, tech startups wanting to stand out, teen young adult products, visuals about innovation or change.
Be careful, though. Too saturated or dominant can be very intense. Aggressive, maybe inaccessible to some. Best used strategically as an accent, balanced with neutrals.
The exercise. Design a campaign with key magenta for a bold, innovative brand targeting confident customers.
Definitely makes a statement.
Let's soften again. Cream, beige, ivory, warm neutrals.
Right, the source groups these. Cream is like a warm, soft white. Coziness, naturalness, calm, softness, sophistication. Warmer than pure white, more organic. Used for quality, tradition, elegance, natural origins, comfort.
Psychology is cozy, natural, calm.
Yeah. Comfort home, natural, organic, feel cotton, wood, vanilla, soft calming, sophisticated, refined elegance, but warmer than white. Understated, lets other things shine.
Muji uses cream and beige. Organic simplicity, quality materials, calm harmony. Clean but warm.
Italy uses warm creams browns. Authentic Italian food, tradition, freshness, quality, rustic elegance. Aesop's cream labels with amber bottles, natural, quality, sophisticated, gentle, trustworthy. Burberry's tartan includes cream beige. Timeless elegance, British tradition, luxury, practical sophistication.
Use cream for understated luxury. Natural organic products, body care wellness, cozy, elegant. Fashion, comfort, natural materials, warm web backgrounds.
Watch out for blandness if there's no contrast or texture. Can look dated if not paired with modern elements. Shade and combination are key.
The book suggests designing for a hedge brand, cozy, natural, family-focused, using dominant cream.
Captures that feeling perfectly.
And beige, very similar but maybe more grounded.
Yeah, the source sees beige as warm, neutral, calm, stability, reliability, tradition. Earth, sand, natural fibers. Universal, calming, elegant, timeless. Used for authenticity, minimalism, natural origin, sophisticated simplicity.
Psychology is calm, stable, traditional.
Exactly. Relaxation, neutrality, stability, grounded, reliable. Tradition, timelessness, classic style. Heritage, natural, organic. A warm kind of minimalism.
Burberry again, with a trench coat and tartan.
Yeah.
Timeless elegance, tradition, quality.
Ralph Lauren uses beige cream. Classic American style, heritage, preppy elegance, refinement.
Crate and Barrel uses beige. Home warmth, comfort, modern elegance, accessible style.
Lush's beige paper bags. Natural ingredients, handmade, eco-friendly, authentic.
Use beige for timeless fashion, home decor, natural products, heritage brands, understated luxury, warm web backgrounds.
Similar warning to cream, can be boring without contrast texture, can feel conservative, needs careful pairing. Shade matters sand to light brown.
The Exercise, designed for an authentic artisanal brand using dominant beige to convey quality and natural materials.
Really leans into that craft feel.
How about peach, that gentle orange?
Peach, yeah. The source calls it broskvova. Gentle, warm orange shade, friendliness, coziness, softness, youth, spontaneity, comfort, happiness, hospitality. Used for kindness, accessibility, care, tenderness, sometimes health, vitality.
Psychology is friendly, gentle, youthful.
Very much. Friendliness, hospitality, openness, gentleness, softness, calm, care. Youth, vitality, freshness, comfort, coziness, warmth. Hints of creativity, playfulness.
Fenty Beauty uses peach warm nudes.
Yeah.
Natural beauty, inclusivity, freshness, youth.
Etsy uses soft, warm colors like peach, handmade, vintage, human touch, authenticity, creativity, friendliness. Airbnb visuals often use warm tones like peach terracotta in interiors. Coziness, homey feel, hospitality. Some premium coffee brands use peach apricot shades on packaging. Suggests warmth, full flavor, pleasant notes.
Use peach for skincare cosmetics. Gentleness, natural look. Kids, parent products, care. Food drink, fruit, sweets, gentle taste. Home decor, cozy friendly. Personal brands, accessible, empathetic, warm web interfaces.
Watch out for pale peach looking bland or dated. Can feel feminine if not intended, needs contrast.
The Exercise, designed for a self-care, home comfort, or family brand using dominant peach.
Captures that nurturing feeling well.
Lastly, the source mentioned gold brown,
Yeah.
caramel, amber tones.
Yes, Latonia mixes brown's warmth with gold's richness. Richness, comfort, stability, naturalness, authenticity, coziness, safety, understated luxury. Used for premium quality, craft, tradition, gourmet, natural elegance.
Psychology is warm, rich, stable, authentic.
Exactly. Deep warmth, comfort, safety, discreet richness, quality, natural authenticity, wood, honey, caramel. Stability, trustworthiness. Strong link to gourmet, pleasure coffee, chocolate, honey, whiskey.
Early Starbucks used these tones
Yeah.
for that cozy coffeehouse feel.
Yeah, warmth, aroma, that third place concept. Many premium coffee and chocolate brands use gold brown packaging promises, rich taste, quality, indulgence.
Jack Daniel's label uses gold brown. Tradition, maturity, craft, rich taste, authenticity.
Luxury leather goods in caramel or gold brown, high quality, handmade, timeless design, luxury that ages well.
So use gold brown for food drink. Rich taste, quality. Natural organic products, luxury goods, leather, furniture. Brands emphasizing tradition, craft. Seems less common, but quite specific.
It is. It has a very particular feel.
Wow, we've really covered the spectrum today, haven't we? From bright and bold to subtle and earthy, it really feels like each color tells its own distinct story.
They absolutely do, and I think the core message from this source is just how strategic that storytelling is. These aren't just pretty choices, they're tools, powerful subconscious communication tools.
Yeah, overlooking them seems like a huge missed opportunity, as the book says.
Definitely. Seeing those specific brand examples really drives it home. How Apple uses white, how Tiffany uses turquoise, how Coke uses red. It shapes our whole perception.
It really does, often without us thinking about it. Which makes you think, doesn't it, about the colors you choose in your own life or work.
How might they be subtly influencing people based on all this?
Exactly. It's a powerful thought.
It is indeed.
So maybe here's a final thought to leave you with, kind of inspired by the book's push for observation. Now that we've gone through all this color psychology, how are you going to look at the logos and products you see every day? Will you see them differently?
And maybe. What new strategic color choices might you think about making?
Something to keep an eye out for.
Definitely food for thought.
It certainly is. Well, that wraps up this deep dive. Thanks so much for joining us.